everyone, and welcome to Decentraland Art Week. This is live tour number 2. We are getting set up in World, and we have an amazing panel of guests that'll walk us through their builds and their experience in Art Week. So if anyone is not familiar and you're new here, hi, I'm Kim. I'm the head of marketing and partnerships in Decentraland, and this is Art Week, a 4-day virtual festival. It is free. Anyone can jump in World. You can go to decentraland.org/artweek to get the full programming and the jump in link. What you see here is my screen. I am in World right now with the community. We are all getting set up to start exploring these amazing builds. And I want to take this moment to say hi to everyone that is joining us today. We can kind of go from the top down. Emma, do you mind saying hi and letting everyone know how you're involved in Art Week?
Hi, everybody. I'm Emma Shapiro, and I am part of Art Week with Savannah Spirit. We have the show The Weight of a Shadow, and we worked with Imagine to Create Studios to make that happen. It's been a wonderful experience.
I love to hear that. Savannah.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here. My first time. I'm collaborating on this piece with Emma, and we are part of Don't Delete Art, which is a website about censorship, basically. Sorry, I had a loss for words.
I know you're seeing everything happening. There's a lot on the screen.
It's a lot going on, but it's great. It's fabulous.
There's amazing outfits happening here, and we will dive all into everything you're seeing in World. Claire, welcome back.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Claire Tattersall. I'm the founder of Digital Fashion Week. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so grateful that you see fashion as part of Art Week as well. And I'm really excited that we're going to see our showroom, which I think is beautiful, built by the amazing KJ Walker.
Yes, and we will get started there right after we do our intros so everyone can see all of the wearables, and then they can jump in, grab them for the rest of the tour. And Agustin, nice to see you again. Can you do your intro?
Thank you, Kim, and everyone for having me. I love to be here sharing Art Week. I'm Agustin Di Luciano. I'm an artist and engineer based in Miami, and very early in Decentraland, a complete fan of Decentraland. So we built together with Melina Ohagnan, my curator and also fellow artist, and Lost Cat, who was in charge of the production. We built Forest Goddess. It's about a giant entity. We're going to talk about it later, but I hope you like the idea.
They're all so beautiful, and I cannot wait for everyone to go experience this. So right now I am in Decentraland. So if you are new, this is the Art Visitor Plaza that we built just for this event. You can see the community is all here. They are lined up. They are ready to start our tour. We will be, if you're listening, we will be in the foundation chat in communities. So community is a new launched feature here. We will get it loading up. And there is the Decentraland Foundation chat. So you can jump in here so that while we walk through the worlds, you can all still chat with us and follow us along. So I would love for us to get started and join in the Digital Fashion Week showroom. So we will go to those coordinates. Master Waynes, if you don't mind dropping them in the chat for everyone. We are going to go to -147, -93. And Claire, while I'm navigating over there, can you talk about the showroom, how this came about, and what everyone can expect to see?
Yeah, so I absolutely love the showroom. As I said before, I work with KJ Walker from Low Poly Models. So absolutely wonderful, wonderful experience working with her, sharing my ideas for what I wanted. I wanted something that was sort of like a spaceship. I wanted it to look as if something had landed, and that we were entering a place where we could feel transported. At the same time, I wanted it to really feel part of nature as well. So KJ totally got my vision, and she got this beautiful face that looks as though it's got orchids on top and sort of roots, and it steps up. You can go into it, and we have 4 items in there. You want me to have a little description of the items that we have in there and how we place them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get closer to each one, and if you want to describe them as we go in, but these are all real wearables that people can come in and claim now.
Right, they're real wearables, and 3 out of the 4 of them as well are actual physical items as well. So everything has an amazing story. The one that you're looking at right there, it's by the designer Steven Weinberg. Very, very interesting character who's really exploring the boundaries of what we can do with our fashion as a piece of art. So it's based on the Greek story of Pythia, but it's Pith AI. And so he's taken a piece of art from history, and he's adapted it and covered this hoodie that actually exists in real life. And when you go up to it, you can scan it. It's got QR codes really very beautifully embedded in the artwork there. And when you scan them, it brings the picture to life. He's got another QR code on it as well that you can scan, and it opens up this whole AR experience where you can walk, and it takes you on a journey of exploration. So what I really love about this designer is that he's pushing the boundaries of what we can do with clothing, and also social commentary as well. So I think he's super interesting.
I was going to say, I love it, and that the person, Neo from our community, is wearing it right next to it. He's modeling it off for us. So I'm going to get a good glimpse here.
Amazing. It looks great on.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
styled it in a way that's so fun, with the shoes that have a little bit of the red and the glow too, with the gold. I love the way the community does that. And I know the jacket I see over here, and I see on you. Can you tell us more? That's so fun, this white jacket.
So this is from the amazing designer Lorraine Brand. And they design everything digitally. They bring it to our runway. It's got an NFC chip in the cuff here. So we've been working with this brand for several seasons. They're actually from Ukraine, but they're based in Spain at the moment. Really, really love this brand about how they look at creating a story for a woman, because that's what fashion is all about as well. It's not just a piece of clothing. It's about how we style it, how we wear it, and how we take it into the next world. So I love that we have this there. I can wear it in real life as well. And we're just removing the boundaries between digital worlds and physical worlds, and I even hate to say that, because there is one world. There's the world that we live in, and there are many spaces that we can explore in there. And I think you're doing just such an incredible job during Art Week of really showing how we take assets. It's a very plain word for beautiful art, but we take assets and we can transport them to many different environments and explore them in different ways.
I love how it's been styled here. Nice job, Master Wayne's, putting a whole outfit together to match this jacket. It's so beautiful.
This is something that's really touches me so much about fashion as well, is everybody interprets it in different ways. And I see everything from how something is being designed through the creation process of, if you're doing it physically working with a factory, or you're doing it digitally, if you get other people to help you, you have a physical photo shoot, the models, the photographers, everybody plays a part in the story. And it's really wonderful to see this journey. So I can see here now we
The
have
next one. I love this piece.
I know. So this is one that we selected that took quite literally the concept of touch grass, but I absolutely love this design. It's got also a mask with it. It's it's whimsical, but it's just beautiful and stylish. This was one of the ones at our events in just the last couple of weeks in New York, where we had these same items for virtual try on as well. That was just so popular with everybody as a snap filter. So again, just breaking down those boundaries and extending the life of our clothing into Decentraland, into virtual try-ons, into physical assets. This one has no physical life at all, but I think it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I love seeing how people are styling it.
I love that. I've seen multiple people add like sparkle auras around it, which is so fun too. And Masta Waynes did that here. I just did my avatar in a more simple. I think it looks so chic, especially with this hairstyle.
I think it looks so chic always. Yes.
It's so fun. And I love the literal interpretation of the grass that comes through on this one.
Right. I think Amelia did it really, really beautifully. Just taking the literal, but making it magical and fashionable and fun at the same time. Yeah. Really love that piece.
Okay. So that's 3 and the 4th.
So
right
fourth, yeah, this is by another designer that we have on our runway, Right Direction, based in Austria. Super, super creative, really looking very much at technology. This one I think was so important to include under the theme of touch grass, because what they do is they look at how we can incorporate nature into all our fashion designs. What they did at Digital Fashion Week as well was they took the artistic concepts from this design and they 3D printed jewelry on the spot as well. So you could 3D print rings and everything. And they created these beautiful, beautiful videos that really explained the magic of nature and the inspiration of nature. And building on their love of nature as well is that they work with upcycling fabrics or taking end of roll fabric. So looking at how we can leave less imprint on the world as well. So really an important design to bring in. And I love the way these are all being styled. So beautiful.
I love that these gold shoes, I just want to make sure I give the right creator, these cosmic ankle breakers look so good with it too. And that's a totally different designer. And so like the way people style everything has been
so cool. Yeah.
So fun to watch.
Right. Really interpreting it and making it theirs. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So everyone, if you are watching this stream, we are in World in Decentraland. This is the Digital Fashion Week build that all of these wearables are available now. You can jump in. They are all for free. So thank you, Claire, for bringing this to us and giving everyone the opportunity to collect these pieces from all these amazing fashion designers.
So my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much for including Digital Fashion Week and for including these designers here as well. It's really wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. And I would love to hear, you talked about it right at the beginning, but more about this orchid. Look at this. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and we've got balloons there as well. So our logo is very sort of chunky and techy, and I wanted to find a way to include the logo, but with this very naturey, orchidy feel of this flower spaceship that has landed in Decentraland. And something just watching everybody in here makes so much sense of the the original idea that I had, that people are bringing this fun and fabulous and sparkly life to the idea as well. And it just really compounds the concept that it's fashion is and art and creativity, it's all about what people make it. But yeah, it's just been such an incredible experience working with the whole Decentraland team, working with KJ Walker, working with Nikki on the creation, the taking of our digital designs that were created in Clo and interpreting them for Decentraland. It's been just a really incredible experience, start to finish.
And Emma and Savannah, Agustin, anything you want to add for this before we jump over to the next builds? Have you guys gone in and collected your wearables yet?
I already got
I
them.
haven't yet.
I was
But I'm
surprised.
going to. It's so
I
great.
love them.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
These are so exciting.
The touch grass
KJ is
piece,
amazing.
The touch grass piece is really something else. I love what you can do with all that.
Yeah, they're all great for styling with other pieces, as we can see.
I would love for us to jump over to Emma and Savannah, your piece, and talk about how that kind of came to life. Because this was one that came out of the Creator Connect program where we were saying, okay, let's work with artists and pair them with a studio and see how that collaborative nature can bring something even more beautiful into the world. And so Emma and Savannah, you all were partnered with the Imagine to Create team, who we were just talking to Unai on a Twitter space earlier today about how this came to life. As I'm moving over there, would love to hear from you both kind of how that experience went and what people can kind of expect from your scene.
Yeah, so our exhibition, The Weight of a Shadow, it's about the sort of physical experience that of being censored online as an artist, and also like the disconnect between the physical and like very much in touch with nature aspect of creation, and how that gets kind of severed once you're putting it online and it gets negated in an online space. And as Savannah mentioned, we both are part of the leadership team of Don't Delete Art, which is a collaboration between a few different human rights organizations and artist activists like ourselves. And Savannah and I both have personal experience with having our artwork censored and suppressed online. And so we used some of the artwork that she and I separately have created that responded to this theme in some way or another, in which we both used our bodies. And we wanted to create a space that used that artwork as like a jumping off point, with the shadows that were kind of both an element in our work, or even just like the sense of a shadow. And we ended up inviting a few different other artists that we know, women artists who have also experienced this issue. We wanted them to tell us what it physically felt like for them. And Savannah created recordings from those. And as you walk through this space, you can experience those, like as you walk through the shadows of the space, you can hear how this felt to people with sort of like an overlapping soundscape that Savannah created too. So the artwork on the walls is all Savannah's photography work that she can speak to. And the piece in the center is a really fantastic sculptural piece that Imagine to Create made from a photographic work of mine, as well as a video work of mine. Between those two things, it inspired creating this actual like sculptural piece we can walk through. And there ought to be a video there, but I don't see it. But anyways, Savannah, what can you want to add?
I was going to say that the beautiful description. Thank you so much, Emma. You gave a lot for everyone to kind of sink their teeth into. My work particularly was actually created because of the censorship I encountered on Instagram and Meta. And so I created, to mimic the black bars, the censor bars, I actually did that with I guess blinds, with Venetian blinds and just natural light. So these are all self-portraits, and they were made between 2016 to 2022, depending on which ones you're looking at. So my work was specific to censorship, interestingly enough. But yeah, and there should be audio that kicks on. Maybe it's not doing that because we're speaking at the moment, but
yeah, I had turned off the sound just for the stream, so it didn't play over your voices. But if you jump in world and go, the screens will be working, and you'll hear the audio go through. This is for everyone trying to jump in, we're at -141, -80, so that you can jump in. There is a screen, just an FYI for everyone, that 18 plus in this scene, but it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I was thinking about the blinds and the way the shadows came in, and I'm so glad you had mentioned that, and how it is wild to me that in a virtual world you can replicate that very physical world experience with the way the skybox and the lighting. So the Imagine to Create team did a really great job bringing that to life. I would love it.
And I think it depends on where you are in the world, and I think the light changes depending on where you are. So it can go from, in the evening it's cool, and then in the daytime it's that warm.
I will let people know here in the left side there is the skybox where you can change it. So this scene is so beautiful at night. I love most of the Art Week scenes at night. So you can see it gets more of those blues and purples. And if you change it to more of the sunrise type times, you will see we get more of the oranges, the yellows, and the reds kind of coming throughout the day. Really beautiful work in this scene. It's so amazing to see how it changes throughout. Claire and Augustine, have you guys seen this scene yet, or is this your first time?
It's my first time. Yeah, stunning.
Yeah, we were really, really happy working with Imagine to Create. Unai really understood our vision. It was just like such a seamless process, and they really brought it to life. It was really fantastic.
And we really wanted the viewer to feel what it's like in the closest possible way, what it's like when you are deleted, and that's, and censored, and that's where the audio comes in, is these voices, relaying their stories, relaying how it affects them emotionally. And so, that's still happening, and even more so. So we just really wanted to bring attention to that, and that when we are making this work, we are touching grass, and then we are instantly pulled out of it once we are censored and deleted. And so, yeah, that's it. I think the vision is pretty much there.
And I don't know if you caught it, like the way that you walk into the space or go into the space is through one of Savannah's pieces, which is the archway door. And you start hearing the audio as soon as you are entering through that. But outside of that door, there's also on the ground a text explainer of the exhibition, as well as a QR code that has more information also about Don't Delete Art and us individually.
Amazing. And sorry, I think my internet cut out for a minute, but you should be able to see the screen back again now and walk around through the world to see all of these amazing different angles. I am streaming many, many things right now. Yeah. So apologies if that cut out. And I would love, Emma and Savannah, just to hear a little bit more about how you worked with Imagine to Create, and like what that process was of like building, giving feedback, and how you kind of collaborated in that way.
So to begin with, I had sort of created a little mock-up video about like how I imagined this thing would look. And so working off of that, they built us just like a very basic gallery space where that kind of replicated that to some degree, but they understood very clearly what it was we wanted. We had a lot of back and forth where we like made sure to document all of our ideas together and had, we're in touch with each other. And in building the space, like we had a couple meetings about, what might work better, where these windows should be, what the window should look like, how the entrance should work. And that's Savannah came in more to that degree because this was originally a pitch of mine. And then Savannah, well, it was including Savannah in part of the pitch. And then Savannah came in to help us realize the full space as well. But
And
Imagine
also,
to Create was just
to
wonderful.
add the audio too, yeah.
And the audio.
Yeah, I thought that adding, well, we knew that we wanted audio. I think we weren't sure how we wanted to apply it, and then it was just more about gathering quotes and then working with Unai to basically kick off or start off once the viewer goes into the space, or once they even go through the photograph into the space, it kicks off. It should.
Yes, and in world, I'm just turning it off for the viewers, but once you go in world, we need to keep a little bit of imagination so that you can jump in and go experience that part. So everyone, we are at currently the 140. Oh, my sound just came back on again. We are at 141. I just dropped it. Negative 140 and negative 86. And we are going to keep exploring. So thank you so much. This is such a beautiful piece. I plan on spending more time in there with the audio after this presentation. And Agustin, I would love to start moving over to how you got involved in Art Week and your backstory as well, while I hold the stream back up.
Absolutely. So, well, I want to also mention that your piece, Emma and Savannah, was amazing. And I want to comment on like how Decentraland is always a good alternative for users who want to create with more freedom, and that's what gives me hope in the future for our community and the platform. So I've been involved with Decentraland as a user and as a friend very early, since 2017, when Decentraland was in the alpha stage. I was lucky to be in Argentina, where the first version of Decentraland was built by the founding team. Esteban Ordano, Manuel Arauz, Shemal Chardi, Ari Melic, the founders of Decentraland. I was a resident artist in the Hacker House. I was a street artist by then, and I was full-time trying to create street art alongside with hackers and builders in the crypto scene very early. And I was lucky to be there to offer art to the Decentraland team in the Voltaire House. So long story short, I was very early, and I saw Decentraland being born. And moving to today, I saw the open application, and I applied with a project about the same theme that drove me to create back in the first time, which was about forests win, and where forests were pushing away the buildings in a city, and they were like kind of restoring the power in the land, right? They were winning versus human civilization taking over. They were pushing away the buildings into the ocean. And that was the first artwork I created. It was the first art exhibition ever in Decentraland, in the open metaverse. back then. So this theme this year was really, really very interesting because I I love the idea of nature in a digital world and how we can, keep being humans in this mechanic and artificial synthetic reality we're being embedded in. So, and it's very I would say I think it's very stimulating to think about these topics from an artistic and aesthetic point of view. So we created Forest Goddess together with Melina and Loscat, and it's about a body of work I've been developing over the last, I would say, 10 years, and where where I'm learning about how we as humans can coexist with nature. So one of the conclusions, one of the like revelations, which now seems very obvious, but it was kind of some a breakthrough for me. It's we're giant as human beings, as a driving force in the planet. We're huge. We can aggregate our actions, and we're these super huge like gods or godlike creatures. We stomp our feet on forests, on lands, on oceans, on everywhere, and we have a huge impact. So that I want to create a good giant, right? A good being that it's conscious about where she's stepping on, and she's kind with the steps she takes or he takes. So that's the idea behind Forest Goddess, and it's first of all reflect on our size, on our impact on every small planet, and then once we realize how big we are, how huge our actions are, now let's try to be gentle. Let's try to see from this height other things surrounding us, other species, other things going on, and we're not very conscious at ground level, right? Right now, we're not seeing everything that's going on in nature with all the forces. So yeah, I wanted to reflect on that, and we brought the idea to Decentraland, and it has been developed on paintings, drawings, murals, and the metaverse. The same idea.
This is so beautiful. I jumped onto one of the pedals. You all can see I'm now going up into the sky to see a different perspective. The way you did this, it just, as you saw a few minutes ago, I was down at the viewpoint of the pedals and the way that you got the wind to work and everything. And I totally felt that viewpoint of being super small, and then coming up here to that viewpoint of seeing the world and how big it can be and you feel at this viewpoint versus the bottom. So cool. How did you kind of work with the team to talk about that scale of the small versus the big and all those little nuances? I'm going to jump back down so people can see the smallness and the way all those little leaves came to life. This is so beautiful. Like, I feel so immersed. It makes me think of that movie A Bug's Life, where you're like seeing the ants perspective, and I thought it was
I love
so
that movie.
cool.
I love that movie. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, so for context, this is a shared digital reality happening in real time in thousands of computers, users connected simultaneously. So there are very technical limitations still to make this happen. So we worked with certain limitations on the technical weight that this can have in the scene. So, and I was happy to see that lots of those limitations have been removed since the last art week. So that was yay.
Yes.
And kudos to the developers building Decentraland as a client. Now you can see the horizon, the surroundings,
Hmm.
levels of detail. So there's a lot on the technical front that I want to celebrate. And we were talking with Lost Cat and Amelina about we need the biggest force goddess we can. So this is the biggest.
It's a good
Then
size though.
it's a good size. So yeah, definitely it works for the purpose of the message. So then we wanted to add more nature. So we started playing with the central trees, the native trees
Hmm.
from the central, and not just other trees. We want to use the same elements in world, and then how we can interact with the goddess, and how the animation was also something we talked a lot about. And so it was a teamwork process, and to bring the idea, the concepts of standalone, isolated version of the Force Goddess to a now multi-user real-time thing into the Decentraland.
And I want to bring the rest of the speakers in. Have you all seen this one yet or been able? I definitely recommend coming in and like getting immersed by the flowers. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, this looks so beautiful.
It is so, it's so magical, and what you've done with floating art on the flowers as well. And I love how you've integrated just very simply the native plants that are in Decentraland. I think all the artwork that I've seen from both groups, I mean, it's just mind-blowingly beautiful, your thought process behind everything and how you've achieved it. Incredible.
Thank you so much. And in the back, you can see a video from a physical exhibition I did in a museum, in a contemporary art museum. So I wanted to combine also the physical things, like a portal to the physical world. That circular video was kind of the intention of creating this portal into other worlds. So that's the spirit behind the metaverse. Like there are no physical constraints as we have in the real world. You can jump into another world in an instant. There's it's magic. You can experience magic. So
Yeah, that screen looks
I was
so
going to
cool.
say the detail of the information in front of in front of your forest goddess is really cool too. How it's clear, and it's like a clear plaque. I think that's done really beautifully too.
Yeah,
Like a nice touch.
yeah, Decentraland, it's becoming really a really powerful graphics engine. You can work with translucency, with metallic effects, with glow. There's so many tools you can use to create the visual effect you want in this digital space.
I just feel like that's a place I want to be in real life.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of comments in the chat like I just want to sit here.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you have the stars, kind of the flowers and stars kind of falling down, and just the wind. I think it's the wind element that you brought in has that very calming effect. I also want to learn a little bit more about the choice of the birds.
Yeah, so that was a funny part of the development process, and because we had the forest goddess right there, and it was a bit empty around, her presence. So it's so cool to see so many people in the scene. It's beautiful, like with those avatars so well. It's also artistic, part of the artistic scene to see all the avatars. other people enjoying this. So thank you for being there. So the birds, it was part of, and the forest goddess would be capable of caring and developing and growing nature, like kind of a Snow White, where everything she touches will grow and will flourish. So let's have that flourishing effect where birds will be chirping, flowers will be blooming. So we want to be that kind of human, that kind of being in the world, right?
Yeah. And I
That's
think
the reason of the birds.
many of the artists have said like they've seen it empty as they're building, and then being able to come in and experience it with people that are asking questions or experiencing it in a way that maybe you didn't anticipate, or seeing all the avatars up on the clouds together. All of you as artists and builders, kind of how different has the experience been when you're building it and you see it like perfectly built but empty, and then seeing people experience it for the first time?
I feel that the artwork is never complete until the user, another human being, consumes it, right? As an artist, you're in your own inner world, lost in your madness, and you try to find some light, some glimpses of some heavenly images or some connection with a purposeful message. Those stones behind the water you try to pick, which sometimes is like, well, nobody is noticing, right? You create art and nobody's noticing, and once you create a feeling in somebody else and they give you the feedback, that's the most pleasing or most amazing feeling I've ever had as an artist, as a creator. Basically, that your work is impacting others, is creating other people beyond yourself to feel something hopefully good.
Totally. I'm going to bring Savannah back in. Was this the first time you've experienced your art in Decentraland? I know Agustin has been doing this for a long time with us, but I believe this was your first build. Is that correct?
It's my first build. Yeah. It's, I mean, I've during, I guess it was around 2022, 2021, when there was a lot of NFT stuff going on, and I was kind of in the metaverse, but this is really my first time full blown in even my own work and seeing my own work in it. And it's really a whole other experience. And it really does mean a lot when there's an audience there and they're immersed in it.
I agree. And Emma, I know we've worked with you in the past, but being able to kind of come in and make a space together with a builder, how has that been for you versus other times you've kind of come in and enjoyed it as an explorer and a contributor?
I mean, it was a really, really wonderful experience. Probably like one of the more fulfilling exhibition experiences I've had as far as like setting it up. And I mean, there's a lot to be said for being able to like actually design the space that your work is going to be in. I think that's like, yeah, total dream. But for me, anyway, seeing other people in the space and seeing them interact with the work is, I mean, basically exactly the same as in like physical life, watching people do that, because at some point you just have to hand it over. Like it's out of my hands now. It's completely out of my control. And that's the thing that like you have to be comfortable with, it seems, in any kind of environment, digital or otherwise. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think one of the benefits here is it could be a global audience, right? Like we have people logging in. I'm like looking at who's in world right now, and I'm like, oh, these people are in Europe. These people are in America. We have people in Asia, like coming in to experience it at the same time. And that's something that's really hard to replicate in the physical world, just because of boundaries of people traveling to museums, having access to museums, having access to art shows. And so being able to have one place where you're like, okay, from home, log in and experience artists from all over the world, but also enjoy it with people from all over the world with different cultural nuances on how they interpret the art, I think is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty groundbreaking, honestly. This is a real special moment.
I
And Claire, I know you've been in Decentraland multiple times, but how was this a different experience for you?
So I feel what you've done with Art Week is you've opened up a whole new door that I didn't know existed. It's a very much a step up from the first time I went to Miami Basel.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked into the Scope exhibition on the beach and I just threw up my hands and said, why would I ever go to a museum again?
Yeah.
This was just, it was an explosion of creativity that I'd never experienced that was so impactful before. And seeing these two artworks, it's opened up this whole new door as well, that it's not just about what the artist is expressing and envisioning and creating, but how the audience is engaging with it. And there's so many details, like how the birds are moving and the speed that everything is going is so beautiful and tranquil. I just have to go back and explore. It's art on a different level. It's beautiful.
I was joking with the team that that's why we need all 4 days, because I want to see builds today and then experience it with different people and get their reactions tomorrow. And I did the morning time zone shift and now I'm doing the afternoon time zone shift. So I'm seeing people see it for the first time with people seeing it for the second time. And everyone's just catching like different elements to it or adding a different layer to the interactivity. The first time I came here, I didn't realize the flowers floated up and that I could get to the top and experience it from the big perspective. And so I think the layered nuance to having art that you can interact with is opening up doors for creativity and different perspectives from within the art itself. That is just really, really cool and hard to replicate in the physical world.
Yeah.
Agustin, this is so beautiful. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to mention that as creators, it's hard, to invest time and put your energy into a project in an immersive medium such as the metaverse, but it ultimately pays off because we're creating layer over layer with Art Week over Art Week every year. So we're no work is lost, no creation is lost. Like you're creating assets that then you can archive, but then bring back to life in a future installation. So we're learning how to create that. We have like lots of tools. It has never been easier to create something beautiful here in Decentraland with all the tools, all the community, all the help out there from the foundation.
And luckily, I was just saying, luckily the builders of today have people like you all that have built before to ask questions, to navigate through it. I mean, Agustin, when you started building, you were one of the first building here and there were barely any tools and you figured it out. And so just thinking through that evolution of how you continue to grow as a builder, and Emma, you've come in now a few times and being able to see every time how you can bring that creativity up a notch because you're continually inspired by what Agustin is doing and all of the other artists in this art week. So I have recommended to kind of everyone, like, go walk around, see what else is in here, because it may bring something you had never thought of. It was really cool to see that this art week, there were so many new elements. Like I went to one build and I'd be like, there's a floating whale? Like what? In the Hayabusa build, if you guys haven't seen that one, unbelievable animation mechanics. It is unreal. And then here you're like, there's a statuesque and that perspective shifts. Being able to see the lighting in the build, Savannah, you and Emma did with Imagine to Create, and the way the lighting comes through. So each one has a really cool take on what is possible in a virtual world. We did one this morning that had like gamification, and you had to unlock different elements to get to different levels. So each part is something truly unique to the creator and their vision. And I, again, still haven't gone through the final versions of everyone. And I'm so excited because I have 3 more days to do it. And with everyone in this, but I did want to share, if you are new to Decentraland, this is Art Week. We have 27 amazing builds from creators, and they are actually going to stay here for 12 full months. So they're so beautiful. Everyone worked so hard. We were like, it can't be gone in 4 days. That makes no sense. And so being able to say minimum 12 months, these are here. Claire, your wearables are staying available for people for a longer period of time as well, because we just want more people to get to experience it and more opportunities to come as your schedule allows. So thank you to all of your artists. I want to wrap up with kind of what has been your most, I don't know, shocking or most challenging part as you've gone through this process? And then what are you most inspired by as creators? So I'm going to start with you, Savannah, as our new creator. Kind of what was like the most shocking thing you realized building? And then what are you most inspired by?
I knew you were going to call on me. I think that what was shocking for me was being able to tell Unai, here's what we imagine, and then they could just do it. Like the whole, like the studio.
So talented.
Yeah. So I think I was shocked I was thinking, oh, maybe this isn't quite right, or this isn't quite right. But no, they hit everything that we really wanted in there. So I think that was shocking, because sometimes that gets lost in translation. And honestly, I'm inspired by Claire and Agustin right now. I mean, of course, I'm always inspired by Emma, but I feel like seeing what's possible between the wearable fashion and the Forest Goddess. I mean, the colors of Forest Goddess are just gorgeous. And just seeing what other people are coming up with, I think that for me is just what's inspiring. And just seeing my own work with Emma's in the space doing its thing is really beautiful too. So thank you so much for having me and Emma here.
Of course. Emma, I'm going to go to you because you guys work so closely together on this.
Sure. I guess, I'm just kind of a little... I'm so pleased with our build, and it was such a wonderful experience, and it's exactly the way that we imagined it. But I am now like frustrated with myself because I still can't get out of that gallery box in my head, and like it's
traditional
so
mindset, right?
Yeah, there's so much more potential here, obviously, and I just need to unlock that more. And I think engaging with each of these. Really look forward to over the next few days, because I think that's going to be really helpful to me as an artist and an Imagineer. But yeah, otherwise it's been just, as always, it's an extremely inspiring experience. And it is true, every time I'm engaging with Decentraland, it's just like leaps and bounds ahead of what it was before. It's really, really impressive, like how quickly this is changing, what the community is like, just how fantastic it is. I'm really grateful to continue to be engaged with Decentraland.
And we're so glad you all teamed up, partnered with a Decentraland creator to bring your visions to life. Claire, you did that as well. You partnered with a studio builder. What were you shocked by, and what are you inspired by in this week?
So shock, to me, implicit in that word is something negative. So I struggle to just say anything that has been shocking. All I can say is things are shockingly good. So yeah, it has been an absolute joy interacting with everybody in this space. It is so significant to have this amazingly positive experience. Anyway, I'm completely inspired by the other artists here. You really just you've blown my mind about what is possible, about really what art means as well, and how we can experience it. I just can't wait to go back in and go through these art exhibits, and I'm so glad they're going to be there for 12 months because I want to go back and back again. I can't wait to tell everybody as well. Now I've seen these things that you have to come. You've got to experience it. It's just so impactful. Thank you for having us as part of it.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing all this amazing fashion. I think one of the things that's so unique is how people build their look to the build they're going to. And we see that all the time. You could see right here, JK47, one of our community members, matched her purple hair and her lip gloss to the dress, and then the gold to the scene. And that's something that happens all the time. And I love how that blend of your fashion matching the scene kind of comes to life. And Agustin, I want to wrap with you as our veteran builder in this space. Kind of what felt shocking in a positive way, but then also what were you inspired by? Because you've seen so much in Decentraland and what's possible.
Well, I was positively shocked by the metaverse, the concept of the metaverse, or the Decentraland being alive. Like after I've been coming and going, and the art week has always been my trigger to come back like with full energy. Like, let's do it again. Let's build something. I wanted, and the shocking part, the surprising part is it's so alive. It's the community that's always there and growing and building, and it never stops. And I could see it in the community summit last year, like the energy that's Decentraland, and like it's very contagious and very inspiring. Like moving to the next idea, it's very inspiring to see other artists do better works than one like would try to achieve, but you see like the bar, the quality is getting higher and higher every year, and it's very, very aspiring to continue building and try to do our best to create the best possible artwork in the metaverse. It's very challenging. It's very inspiring to see the community working together and believing in this space as a place to be creatively free, open, welcoming, kind, conscious about the environment and other people, and creating a better world. Basically, we can share the virtual world and create a better version, which we can bring ideas to the physical world.
Absolutely. And I thank you all for joining us. I am doing a quick run through so you can see all of these builds. One of the best parts of Decentraland is that it is a UGC world. And so everyone is building side by side. You can see how we have the forest goddess next to, the photography gallery, which if you run through, you can win. You can find, it's very hidden, but you can find this really awesome special artist jumpsuit in the photography gallery, a wearable to say you've been here. And you can see, here's the whale I was mentioning from Hayabusa. So if anyone hasn't seen this one yet, you can go in, interact. There is so much to see and do. These jellyfish are just mind-blowing. This beautiful lit tree. So all of this is happening. Decentraland.org/artweek. You can find the full schedule of all of these live workshops, tutorials, and artist stories. You can jump right into these builds. We have workshops happening right now inside the world. So we will meet you all in there. Thank you all so much for building, continuing to inspire the community, and for joining us today to kind of tell your stories and give more of that behind the scenes perspective.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you To our 900 people logged in right now watching this stream, we appreciate all of you. We hope to see you in World. My name is Kimbo in World. If you find me and let me know this is your first time in Decentraland, I will send you some free exclusive wearables as well as the 11 that you can find all throughout Art Week. Thank you all so much for joining, and I hope to see you in World. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.